Thank you. Thank you. I have volunteered my services to our country. Thank you very much, Tea Party Nation. A year ago today, I went to my first Tea Party in Santa Ana, California. Somebody asked me to come down to it, and I said, you know what, I'm not the best at talking about economics, but I think that we're going to have a problem if we want to start talking about founding fathers, the founding documents, what the origins of our country, because the mainstream media is not going to like what you have to say. And so I volunteered myself, and on day one, I had to contend with the fact that you guys were called teabaggers, and I had to deal with the fact that an unfortunately named sister by the name of Contessa Brewer on MSNBC, before you even spoke, told you what your grievances were to the country in our Dissent is Patriotic presidency. This person took a photo and cut off the head of a black man and asked, is the Tea Party Nation, are the people who are protesting Barack Obama racist? And the person was black. The person was black. She still has a job. MSNBC is still on the air. Janine Garofalo says, racist, racist, racist. This is what they do, my friends. This is what they do. It's evil. Now listen to me. Listen to me. There's irony here. There's irony here, okay? Listen to me. There's irony here. I was a dumb liberal when I was in college. I graduated. And guess what? I watched the Clarence Thomas hearings waiting for the media to take him down because the Democratic Party told me that he was the worst human being in the history of the world. I said, okay, let's take him down because he's a serial sexual harasser. And I watched the media and the Democratic Party ruin that man's life. He did nothing wrong. They just knew he had the wrong politics. The irony is he's an originalist. He's the one who has the values that most resemble this group of people, and they had to take him down. And guess what they did to me, my friends? They activated me. That was it. I go, I'm a conservative. I want to be on that man's team. And the stoic way he sat there, I was like, this is a hero. This is an American hero living the American dream. God bless Judge Clarence Thomas. You deserve that. Nobody deserves the mainstream media treatment. Not an individual, not a body of people that are impugned falsely when, let's get into chronology mode here. Let's get in, let everybody do Pilates for a second, okay? The least popular bill of our lifetime, no bipartisan support, the mainstream media, bipartisan, bipartisan, bipartisan. Until you're in power, then bipartisan means nothing. Toxically created, pushed by the press, bribes, people getting beaten up by the SEIU. A black man by the name of Kenneth Gladney gets his butt whipped by SEIU the day that the White House says punch them back twice as hard, the same day that the AFL-CIO tells the rank and file to get in their faces. And in multiple cities, you see union thugs beating up honest, decent Americans, asking their leaders to read the bill. Is that so much to ask? So this toxic bill is coming down the tracks, and they see the polls. It's unpopular, and they have November coming down the track. They see this juggernaut. What happens if the Tea Party Nation grows? What happens if that 58, 59% grows into 73%? It is going to be annihilation time for these statists. So what did they do? What did they do? They pulled a Contessa Brewer on you. And so, I don't know, I study media, I pay attention to media, I've gone to the circus, I know a trick when I see it. And I see Barney Frank walking around. I see the Congressional Black Caucus. I see Sheila Jackson Lee taunting with the V sign. I'm like, what on God's green earth is happening here? A half hour later, you see Nancy Pelosi with a shit-eating grin holding that gavel. This was a stunt. They wanted to provoke you, my friends. They wanted to provoke you, and guess what you did? You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. You said kill the bill. You said kill the bill. But they cut your head off again. And what did they do? Rep. Andre Carson said that I was confronted by 15 different people who said the N-word 15 times in a sea of new media. Everybody put your cameras up in the air. Everybody put your cameras up in the air. Put your cell phones up in the air. Everyone put your cell phones and your Blackberries up in the air. We have a sea of new media here to capture the lies. Look at that, mainstream media, you bullshit artists. You hateful bastards! How dare you impugn these people's reputation? Even if there was one person, the ease with which you used it to ruin the whole, it's despicable. So what did I do? I offered a $10,000 reward for anyone to show me the video. By day 2, I realized, wait a second, they don't have it. So I upped it to 20,000. And then I went to Searchlight, Nevada, and I get out to stretch. And I see a Union thug misdirecting traffic. And I say, why are you doing that, sir? And as I'm doing that, the Union thugs throw eggs at the Tea Party Express bus. What are you doing that for? We're the violent ones? You beat up the black guy at Russ Carnahan's place. You bit off somebody's finger in Thousand Oaks, California. You pull the guy's shirt off in Tampa. You're telling us we're the ones who are violent? You're the ones who are violent. And what did they do? They called the police on me. Welcome to the surreal Orwellian world of Saul Alinsky. They accuse you of that which they're guilty of. The people that tried to destroy Clarence Thomas because he doesn't think properly. He hasn't properly gone to the right academy to learn the right progressive values. He is our cautionary tale, Clarence Thomas. We have offered $100,000 and they've come up with absolutely nothing, and they're in retreat mode. We have the power to change the narrative in this country. The new media is taking over where the old media failed. Yes, they failed, my friends. Yes, they failed. Your obligation is to keep the fight up and not to allow for the Alinsky tactics to get you back into that 1998, 2003, 2008 mode of sitting and just buying stuff on the Home Shopping Network. Our consumer past is our fault. All we did was spend, and we did not pay attention. I don't care when the Tea Party movement was born. It needed to be born, and if the mainstream media is going to try and defeat it, your obligation is to find your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor and get your kids involved, because these people did what they did in Hollywood 40 years ago. They shut up the opposition. If we sit down and shut up, we lose America. What are you going to do about it? Thank you very much.